another time for your mind. Let's open up with words of prayer. Most High, Father of life, we're thankful on this evening. Thankful and grateful for this day. Grateful for all the things that we're able to accomplish in this day. Appreciate congregation and fellowship near and far. And really grateful to be back in the sanctuary of consecrated grace community as we come together tonight for our mind. At this time, feeling on the way here, our earnest expectation that they may be safely without incident, without hindrance, as we continue to walk in our purpose, and hopefully someone will be edified, strengthened, and encouraged, and will log in our way of social media, that it will be a blessing and encouragement to them. As we go forth with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, power, sensitivity, and spirit, and it's our prayer that everyone is well, things are going well in their life, even at this moment, at this hour. Thankful and grateful for those that are part of this fellowship family that are across the waters. Everything be well with them as we continue to embark on bringing truth. Shame. Amen. At this time, we will testify. It's your time to give testimony.
Amen. I just thank the Most High, Mother and Father Life, for being back in the house one more time, for another blessed day, for the ancestors and elders and the Holy Ghost, and for another night of Tuesday night of truth. Ashe.
Amen.
Thank you for being here. Stephen, thank you for a good day, another day. Thank God for strength. I just thank you for things coming together.
Amen.
Thank you for another day. We appreciate being back in the progressive community to free our minds on tonight. Appreciative for what we're going to hear and what's going to be said that's going to help keep us free. Ashe.
Ashe. Amen.
Amen.
Well, I'm so thankful and grateful to be back tonight. Thankful that I can put that in productive day. Did more street training so I'm thankful that sometimes it's won't do, but I know it's for the like for the best, for the betterment. It's explain some things to me, but I'm thankful for seem like my own little personal training. So I'm grateful. Also very nice to see you all. To you another night.
Amen. Of course, free your mind is we go to the King James Bible. We go word for word, chapter by chapter, book by book. I find it very interesting how you go word for word, what it exactly what it says, and you're still in individuals that don't realize that it's something. You know, they think you're reading from something else. I could read from something else, but then they really wouldn't understand it because the original that would be something that it was copied from and put their own spin on. Glad to be able to do what we do. Anyone volunteer? Always on their knowledge.
5 people are, but no one's said anything yet.
We appreciate you. We're grateful that you logged in with us. If this is your first time, you subscribe to our channel. It's free. That costs you anything. We have some new programming that's going to be on our channel. So hit the notification button so it lets you know when some of those programs are on. So at this time, we're going to do what we normally do. We go word for word. I find it very, very funny how a lot of people get offended. Man, deviating from what it says. And another thing, I was letting you know, it's time to clean it up. It's time for people to stop walking in the dictionary. It's time for people to stop letting something control them. They don't really understand, don't realize what it really is. This is just a touch of the surface that we're going through this whole Bible. Then we're gonna go back over some things in it. We're gonna go through some true history, some true facts to bring us to a place of understanding where we can uh, better relate it to others. We are still in Leviticus.
Yes,
What chapter are we in? Was 22?
22.
We're in Leviticus 22. By the way, if you're logged in for the first time, we welcome you to participate with questions, inquiries. We certainly want you to know you're a part of what we're doing. You have a voice, and feel free to ask questions if you'd like to, and we will answer your questions, and we will be truthful with the answers.
Missionary Jennifer.
Bless you. All right, let's go.
Verse 19.
Verse 19.
Ye shall offer at your own will a male without blemish of the babies, of the sheep, or of the goats. But whatsoever hath a blemish, that shall ye not offer, for it shall not be acceptable for you. And whosoever offereth a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord to accomplish his vow, or a freewill offering in babies or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein. Blind or broken or maimed or having a wind, WEN, or scurvy or scabbed, ye shall not offer these unto the Lord, nor make an offering by fire of them upon the altar unto the Lord. Either a bullock or a lamb that hath anything superfluous or lacking in his parts, that mayest thou offer for a freewill offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. Ye shall not offer unto the Lord that which is bruised, or crushed, or broken, or cut. Neither shall ye make any offering thereof in your land. Neither from a stranger's hand shall ye offer the bread of your God of any of these, because their corruption is in them, and blemishes be in them. They shall not be accepted for you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, when a bullock or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the dam, and from the 8th day and thenceforth it shall be accepted for an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And whether it be cow or ewe, ye shall not kill it, and her young both in 1 day. And when ye will offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto the Lord, offer it at your own will. On the same day it shall be eaten up. Ye shall leave none of it until the morrow. I am the Lord. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord. Neither shall ye profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am the Lord which hallow you, that brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. That's the end of 22.
Now, firstly, within the narrative of the story, it is crystal clear that this is a story for people and the characters of the story, because first of all, we don't own any livestock. Hmm? And some of the livestock that is mentioned, had we been held accountable to any of this, it would be very hard for you to find.
All right.
And I know people say that's the Old Testament. It's more than just the Old Testament. It is the Old Testament as they label it, but the story depicted here is it does not pertain to us. And also, we see we talk about this is from the children of Israel. All right. Well, there are arguments and debates about who Israel is, or who Israel really is, right?
Right.
And those arguments and debates are real. Are they not?
Right.
Problem is, bless you, there never was a great exodus out of Egypt. There was a move out of Egypt, but this great exodus that they explained is in this story never actually truly took place. And I know a lot of people get mad when you say it and talk about it, but historically, it never really took place. They spent a lot of time and a lot of energy trying to prove that it took place, only to find out that their own studies are open to debate because they found out and proved that it did not actually take place the way it is in the story. The story is derived from some other stories that are similar. And they made the argument that the stories are not their story, but you copy from them. Again, I'm saying there never was a great, massive 2 million people that came out of Egypt in a great exodus. That never really actually truly took place. This is a story. So we find that they have a lot going on with livestock is involved. Right? And one might say, well, that was done away with later. Well, when we get way down there, I'll show you it wasn't done away with because the narrative of the characters in the story, you're going to hear words like everlasting, forever, from generation to generation, now and forevermore. These things are established with the people and characters of this story forever, which means nothing came in the game or changed it, even though it's misconstrued later on. We clearly see from the comprehension of the reading that sacrifice of animals was a necessary ritual and common practice for the people in this story and the God that they were serving and the God that they were making these sacrifices to. The problem is, animal sacrifice or culture butchery is a part of what they call religious practice, but it's pagan. We did know that. It's not flat out. We do not do these things again today. And they say we don't do these things because of the Lord. But it's the Lord telling them to do it. And the Lord your God. That's what he says. Their God, as a matter of fact. And in church today, we have common practices that derive from this, but they change it. And they change the animals and the techniques used in these sacrifices into metaphors. They change it into metaphors to justify the usage of these practices in church. Present your body as a living sacrifice, not my will, your will. I'm not my own anymore. You know, then the church, they make it even more when they say, give your life or y'all in here.
Mhm.
So this is where a lot of this stuff derives from the common practices and these rituals and these sacrifices that they were doing. And again, I said, if we read it and look at the story, it's talking about the characters and the people in the story. This is proven time and time again, and it shall be proven throughout the duration of that story. It's a fact. Any question?
Pastor Tron and Elder Barron logged in.
Bless you. Bless you. Well, so we can move forward.
Yes.
Okay. 23.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7 days Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations.
Excuse me. Anybody ever been to a holy convocation? I've been to a few. Y'all been?
Yeah.
What do they do?
They got, well, they gather all those that are part of that organization.
Yeah, what do they do? Besides brewing the screw, what else do they do?
I thought they do promotions during that time.
It'd be some preaching going on, supposedly some teaching. Yeah. But according to this, Israel's week going on. And according to this, they supposed to be on the Sabbath. According to what that says, we know that to be different because they have a convocation. It's nothing like this right here, which proves it's for the characters of the story. But what we did was, in church, we took these things and we put we put our own spin on things and decided to use the terminology, use some of the speaking is in there in the dialogue and switch it into these little meetings and call it a holy convocation. You can call it a holy convocation by intent, but the holy folk don't be in the convocation. Let them.
These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy
Now,
convocations,
these are feasts.
which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
Shout like that. In the 14th day of what?
The first month.
Here's the thing. Who are the people that are getting addressed?
Israel.
Israel's considered what kind of people? In our modern times, what we say that Israel is what kind of people?
Jewish people.
Jewish people. So what calendar are we like to be talking about?
Jewish calendar.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. January is not the first month of the Jewish calendar. By the way. Y'all do know that, right?
Yes.
Let's go.
And on the 15th day of the same month in the feast is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye shall eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall
So, how many of you went to a holy convocation in January? January. You attended a holy convocation in January. It wasn't in January? Well, we talk about these times, these modern times, they not. That's right. And 15th January is a holiday. Don't be trying to have a holiday to 15th and 17th January. Okay. Go ahead.
ye shall do no servile work therein.
No, what?
Servile.
No word.
But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days.
Now, you know it's not talking about wrong times. You know it's not talking about today. You start a fire in the wrong place today, you will have a problem with the law. Go ahead.
In the 7th day is an holy convocation.
Mhm.
Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Mhm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the firstfruits of your harvest unto the priest, and he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it, and ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the fourth part of an hin. Wine.
Go ahead.
And ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears until the self same day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. And ye shall count unto you for from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Ye shall bring out of the habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenths deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord.
Hold on a minute. Y'all hear all this animal sacrifices going on here? All these rituals. If someone look up, uh, how do I put this? How do I put this? Does anyone have one of those things where you ask and it answers you kind of quickly?
Yes, sir.
Someone look up what uh, religion is most known for animal sacrifice. While she's looking, notice all these rituals with animal sacrifice, uh, sacrificing of animals. And the first fruit was a sacrifice of the animals as well, right? And it's for what? For the Lord. This is where they get the notion that everything you bring is for the Lord, even money. Now, some churches, first fruit, the first of the year, you gotta bring your money. Some of them, I know one church where your first paycheck in January, the whole church, you're supposed to give. Y'all know about that? They call that first fruit. Now I need one of y'all to show me a picture of God shopping at Walmart. Okay, show me a picture of Jesus shopping at Food Lion. Okay, show me a picture of angels. As they say they're angels, okay, show me a picture of them shopping in Walmart, Food Lion, Bible. This is how we transpose things into modern day things from a story that was just for the characters in the story. This is how they do it and change it over. A lot of the events that they depict never occurred actually. They're from stories. Do we have the answer?
It says Islam is the most widely recognized religion for animal sacrifice today.
Say that again.
Islam is the most widely recognized religion for animal sacrifice today.
Islam is the most widely recognized religion for animal sacrifice today. Now, put in the question, which is older, Judaism or Islam? I'm gonna show you something. I already know this. I already know this. Surprise, surprise, watch this.
It says that
Judaism.
Judaism came first,
It came first,
originating over 3,000 years.
3,000 years ago. Which is older, Judaism or man-made Christianity? Y'all already know this. Put it in there. I'm doing this for a reason.
It says Judaism is significantly older than Christianity.
Accurate and correct. Judaism is older than Islam and Christianity. That is actually right. That's factual. That's true. Now watch this. Watch this. Which is older, Islam or Christianity? Judaism is older than both of them. So how you put Christianity ahead of what was before it? when you copy most of what you're doing from a lot of things that are Judaism and mythology and ancient African tales and fables, and you copied from this stuff, but you say yours is first. Ours is not first. What we were taught and what we did, what we were given is not first, it's not foremost, and it's sure not, it's not tops. For longevity, for us. We're doing this for a reason, because you have to be knowledgeable, because a lot of people will say, well, this kind of this, and then you have to ask them, well, how? It was before that. If anything, it was copied from. It didn't copy something that was here before it was in existence.
Um, it's not pulling up.
Which one is older?
It's not.
This one is Islam and Christianity. We're seeing which one is older.
It says, so to answer your question, Christianity is technically older religion than Islam.
Technically. Did y'all hear that?
It didn't give a complete answer like the other one did, but it
You know why I said technically? Because Islam is an Abrahamic religion as well. Y'all admit it?
Yes.
It is. Y'all know that?
Yes.
Okay. But guess what? You know why I said technically? For the debaters and the apologetics. Now, let me clear the issue. Islam is older than Christianity. It is at least, I'm gonna be nice about it. I'm gonna be nice about it. I'll say it's maybe about three, yeah, about maybe 5 years old. So, but Christianity is not older than Islam. Islam is older than Christianity. And it is in fact, whether they like it or not, is true. Because Islam has some of the discipline and focus of Buddhism. And they have to realize something. There's a lot of focus on wisdom in Islam. That's not the focus of Christianity. Islam includes science in it, and Christianity does not.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, so if, okay, why is it that the Jews, well, not all of them, some of them are not per se Christian, you know, thankfully Christian, but
Uh-huh.
why is it that, okay, so is it for them to be the one who, I guess, know, the one closest? So how could they allow someone, something, well, whatever, convert them over to something that they supposed to already know? You know, like, okay, well, because they say some, a lot of them don't claim to be Christian, and a lot of them claim, don't confess, that Jesus is the Messiah, or whatever, they don't, but
Not always.
call the one that don't accept it, it's something they call, but if they supposed to already have known the truth, supposedly, why was so easy for them to be so persuaded to just, okay, well, let's go to the street camp thing. Now, and let's just do it, this way. Been already known, or been the one that was been first, showed to the,
In the story.
yeah. Because like I said, all of them don't read this. They won't call them, they don't call them, I guess, true Jews or something.
Yeah, they do.
Or they do.
You either you either Messianic Jews
Yeah.
or you anti-Messianic Jews. The Messianic Jews say Jesus was the Messiah. The anti-Messianic Jews say he was not, because he did not fulfill not one Messiah prophecy, which that's accurate. Did not. Read it for yourself. There's not one Messiah prophecy that was fulfilled in that New Testament. And what happens is they took religion that folk already had. They took dedication and worships and ideology that they already had, took it, copied it, rewrote it, and came back and gave it to them in another form and just monopolized from it and colonized from it and overrode it from it. That's what it did.
I see, like,
Being a Christian was in place long before Christianity was even thought about. So Christianity and Christian ain't really the same. They really not. So what we're seeing here is a mixture. It's a mixture because here you heard that Islam is well known for having sex. But Allah didn't mention that. So where you got it from? If they're the ones most known for it. It's not hard to put together where a lot of these things were derived from when you realize, because you must understand a lot of the studies, a lot of historians, they're only ways to maintain the lies that were already in place. Not to defend it, but to maintain it and try to reinforce it. Everybody keeps saying, I studied this, and this. You have the liars from it to reinforce their lie, make you believe their lie is the truth. They always make a joke and say history was written by the winners. In some cases, that's true. That's why I'm trying to rewrite history and eliminate some cultures and ethnic backgrounds from history, especially in this country. That's why all over Facebook now, they're bringing up the brutal, savage history of South Carolina because South Carolina trying to make itself look innocent and screen clean. So now a lot of the brutal history is being brought back up and they're trying to bury it. And how you trying to eliminate a people that you wouldn't be here without? So these rituals and cross-cultural things that we see are the reason why you go in there and intelligently figure out how to trick us into saying these are metaphors for what we do now, and this is how we do it because of this, and this is how we do it. Now, we done been in these rituals several times. I ain't seen money yet. Has anybody seen money yet?
No.
I've seen animals in blood and skin and incense, but I ain't seen money yet. If there's nothing from the house or from the line, then we'll move on. Let's move on.
then ye shall sacrifice one kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord. With the 2 lambs, they shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of
Excuse
the
me.
harvest.
How many fields these preachers on? How many gardens? How many windmills? None. None. And it's not known, yes, it is talking to the people that's in the story. We just twisted it and manipulated it and fooled people. And have people captivated by something that they're not even supposed to be accountable to. Go ahead.
Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger.
Oh, no, they talking about that. You see that?
I am the Lord your God,
Who's God?
Israel.
Then everybody want to claim they Israel because of a story. When I broke down what Israel is, somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody uh, did some digging and found what I was saying. They said somebody was from in Africa that was going head to head with one of the fake chematologists, studies in Kemet. They only study Kemet to tarnish and blemish the true history and the facts about it. Because people that spoke me about so much truth, they sure love practicing lying and covering up stuff. So everybody want to be Israel, everybody want to be chosen. Good. I ain't trying to be funny, but it's kind of sad how many people being treated and y'all really don't know what I call them chosen. They're being disrespected in many ways. Just like us. Just like a lot of other people. I mean, everybody want to claim being the chosen. Chosen of what?
Sister Tatanisha.
Bless you. Let's move on. Now, you know why the church is on that's the Old Testament too much. They don't have time to do it. I don't feel like doing it. They say it necessary. They say it necessary. That's what it is because it explains some of the nonsense they got people doing and tell people, oh, that's a metaphor for this. Yeah, a metaphor. This is plain as day. That's culture butchering of animal sacrifice. They pagan rituals. It's plain as day. And we just found out that Islam is the widely the one that uses the most. And they talk about we have the nation Islam, the true Islam ain't the same. And they know it. They know that. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the
Hold it right there. All of you that been to a convocation, where was the bonfire? Where was the campfire?
There was
Where did they have a small fire?
Hmm.
How about a Friday? All right. Ain't talking about today. It's talking about the characters in the story. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Afflict what?
Your souls.
Go ahead.
Don't they still somehow still have that, atonement?
What?
So,
Of course.
but they're doing the ones that want to send the money too. And they keep bringing money.
Of course. They still do it and they don't understand it at all.
And they to kind of write down something, put something on, say something.
For the day of atonement. Oh,
Raw parts.
they want you to send money.
Yeah.
For the day of atonement. Yeah. They want you to send money. Well, no. We got no lifestyle.
So they do go in, they go in with,
That's what they do. They go in there and they change it up.
and they, they make it fit whatever they want to make it fit to still
Absolutely.
to money.
Yes, and trick people.
Yeah.
And fool people. And people fall for it and say, well, the priest said it must be right. Well, the priest said, God said, I had mad at me. I told God, he said, what do remember? The gods on 2 feet, sir. Because man does depict himself as a god, and they use songs to back it up when it says, ye are gods. That's their excuse. I said, well, a little G. Yeah, you're a little goofy. That's a little G. They're a little goofy. That's what they do. They go in there and they strategically pick this stuff up. You know, some of the greatest preachers are the ones that can take that Bible and make it pertain to life in a brainwashing manner that makes you feel like your soul is good. They're that intelligent. They do it. Very skilled, very profound. They really do that. And it's great. They really do that. And it's all about keeping people captivated and bound and people being grudge givers instead of cheerful givers. That's what. Go ahead.
And ye shall do no work in that same day,
No
for it is
work.
a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
Afflicted.
And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people.
Now,
Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your
a
generations,
statute for when?
forever,
Now, when does it tell you you alone who is that? Later, right? Okay. Established when? For how long?
forever,
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
throughout your generations and all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the ninth day of the month at even, from even until even shall you celebrate your Sabbath. And the Lord spake unto Moses.
Hold it right there. It said forever, right?
Yes.
Now, when you don't do it, what's going to happen?
He will cut you off, destroy you from among your people.
Is that what happened later? Is that what happened in the New Testament? No, it's the same scenario as the son. You shall not sure. You shall not be cut.
But when Jesus came on the scene, he fulfilled all of that and got rid of all of that.
Absolutely not.
That's what they said.
Absolutely not. That's what they say, but that ain't what that Bible say. That Bible don't even say. Absolutely not. They're lying, because that ain't what that Bible say. I'm still laughing at folks that say how holy the cross is. It's supposed to be just a symbol of guilt and shame. The song says it's the symbol of guilt and shame. That's what it says. I said they forgot one word, death. Because it was the Roman emperor's literature. It was the equivalent to the literature. It was the execution method at that time. And it was political. So your death and crucifixion was political. That's why criminals were crucified. Yeah, they say he fulfilled all, absolutely not. I just was telling them earlier, he fulfilled not one Messiah prophecy, which is why there's debate amongst those that know. The whole rabbis will tell you about the Messiah. They say, because they know that story. They know it's been handed down, they know where it started. We need to understand that something's been rewritten, it's going to be changed. It's going to be right. It's going to be changed. And anytime somebody get their own interpretation of it, it's going to be different from what you used to hearing anyway. These, like I said, they go in there, and they look at this stuff, and they figure out, how can I use this for my material motive and agenda with regards to today and the people? That's what goes on. And they do it. They're cunning and crafty, they're intelligent. And a lot of preachers, they went to school, went to go to seminary, so they're smarter than most of the people that stand for the Lord. And people are impressed. So they cannot nothing about going home just as bad as we came, just as heavy, just as downtrodden, just as victimized. Because the preachers sound impressive and intelligent, they impressed with this so-called revelation that they got from a book and not from the sky. They got from their own intelligence and their own intellect. There's some brothers and sisters with intelligence that's preaching, and they're very skilled at what they do. Very skilled, and they have no conscience when it comes to what they're presenting and telling the people. They have no conscience. They conscious when they come to that guy, it did not come. All of them. No matter how smart, skilled, intelligent they are, they have no conscience when it comes to that. Absolutely not. They don't have the guts to say, I gotta sleep better night, which is what I love to say to a lot of them. Why you don't talk about it? Because I gotta sleep better night. Y'all know it. And you sure I'm know, dog, I'm just honest. He don't tell you that. You want to keep telling them. And that is even worse. But as you can see, it was derived from other cultures. And you can't call what you had first if it came after others. You can't do it. Since we messed with what was first, which was first? Christianity or Hinduism? Put that.
Can I ask a question? Can I do it?
Yes, please.
So when it says afflict,
I was getting ready to tell Donald, look at it. Because they talk about afflict yourself.
if so, is that
Look it up. Let's look up what afflict is. Because it says it plain as day, that's what they want them to do.
right? Is that would that be fasting?
We're going to look it up. We're going to look it up. Because it says afflict your soul. Now, I'm pointing this out because I want everybody to realize where these things that go on now, where they get it from. That's why I tell people, we just going to stick to the New Testament. They don't want you back in there thinking and finding stuff and get the meaning to things and get the understanding of what's really going on. No. Well, Jesus told us, Jesus ain't taking nothing. The character in the story said something and you lied and said it was actually said in real life. That's what happened. That's the truth. Well, people like it, it's in my mind, and that's how we carry it out. Because just as quickly as we got in, when you get it out, you know how to think about it.
Okay.
We-
Afflict,
Afflict.
to look down on,
Mhm.
browbeat, to oppress,
Oppress.
humble,
Church.
become low,
Church.
to humble oneself,
Church.
weaken yourself,
Church.
to depress literally or figuratively,
Church.
to abase self,
Church.
chasten, deal hardly with,
Church.
defile, force, hurt, ravish, submit yourself,
Church.
to weaken in any wise.
Church. That's why I said that. Because you mentioned fast. It weakens you. It weakens you when you fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to humble you too.
So they're saying to on this is on the Sabbath day, right?
Yeah.
That this is a day of rest for you, but you afflict yourself
Make it make sense.
on a day of rest,
So you hate to
and
afflict
then you
yourself.
slave the other 6 days, and then afflict yourself on the seventh day and don't eat
Make it make sense.
either. I'm like, what?
I just want you to see they get it from going in here and they just cherry pick through what they want to use on the day.
But it's like if they took the different denominations, took their own portion or piece,
Absolutely.
define who's gonna be the best, the holiest, and by doing that, what you said, humble and
Humble. Humble.
and it's humble.
Humble.
Okay, that's below
That's below.
Okay, humble.
We got to be humble.
You got to be humble. Right. And so they think that this is their way. If this is the most humble, afflicted church is the one that's going to be on the right hand of.
Well, this is, whether you like it or not, you're speaking true. It's like a thing to prove.
How holy you are.
We're the most humble, we're the most faithful, we're the most, we know how to take affliction, we're not travail, you know. Yeah, that's where they get it from. But the problem is, that's not what it was used for in the story.
Right.
That's what they use it for. And they don't like somebody pointing it out, and they get mad, and they get adamant, and they get harsh and mean against them. And they turn on them and say, hey, I'm the devil, they ain't right. All this dumb stuff.
Okay, I have a question. I looked a little further. And further,
Here go my favorite one. Here she go. Come on with it. This is my favorite one. She didn't miss that.
this definition says, now this was done on the day we're supposed to be resting.
This is my favorite one right here.
This definition says to bestow labor upon anything, to exercise oneself in anything.
You just contradicted them.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my favorite one. I was holding that one because I was going to give the New Testament example. We said which is better than this? Good you say. Now that right there is my favorite definition because it goes against everything you just read.
Yeah. To till the ground.
It says labor. It says work.
Yeah.
And it's the same word.
It's the same word.
But it's
So in other words, get in trouble on that day if you want to. You ain't supposed to work, but the definition of the word says work. Make it make sense.
that's what I'm saying.
That's why you know God ain't working, because this is God ain't all confused.
This all confused.
You know what it calls? Okay. All right, the God's on 2 feet, all the authors in confusion now. Who God know?
Well, they're still there.
I want to make sure, because I want people to understand this is true. This is where they get this stuff from, just manipulate. It's time to clean this stuff up. It's time out for this nonsense. It's about every time, the most high, exactly. Because the most high is not wicked. Absolutely not. Now you see, that's my favorite definition of that word. Because it contradicts the other definition. It contradicts what they said there. What you ain't supposed to do. So, then now you know where all these smart brothers and sisters, how they trick people, get into these other groups, these other things, and then they call the ones that point it out, they call them a color. Oh, that's a color on them. That's a color. Without them even knowing what it means. But I don't even know what it means. That's why I said what I said yesterday. It's a shame. While they fighting over it, they need to pay attention to what's going on in this country. They need to pay attention. Gas went up, didn't it? Folks, I'm telling you. But I don't know what I be talking about. I don't know what I be talking about. It went up, but they,
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of the 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
hold it right there. Again, convocation. I've been to quite a few. When that set on fire. Not even people in the building, when they took out, sitting on down. In fact, the services were dry. You might have 1 or 2 services that you remember where it was hyped up. Because there's always 1 or 2 that when you hear they speaking during the convocation, I'll go on that night. They took the convocation and made what they wanted to make. How they wanted to make it. Hoping nobody looked and see that and say, wait a minute. But you don't have to do all that no more because of Jesus. He didn't speak about no convocation, he spoke about Passover. Did he know?
Yes.
And he said something about saying. Then he turned around and said, you do no Sabbath. You Lord over it. Make it make sense. Who was Lord over the Sabbath in the story?
In this story,
Yeah,
the Lord, God.
God. So how you come to church? And y'all supposed to be working together. Then you ready for it. They prepared me for this. And I'm ready. How you work together? You come change everything, but you say, was that really your fault? Even in the story. The story should be changed to show us it's it. Oh, he can't say anything at all. Think now that I'm going to bring peace for the sword. Those are not my words. That's from the story.
Ask a question.
Before you ask that question, hey, behold the breath of God that comes to take the ignorance out of the minds of the people.
So what now?
From that day forward, that's what folk will call her if they respect what I say. It's the same thing in the story. It's a label. It's a label. That's how we get to the judgment and like, uh, and it's gonna be the attack. It's gonna be to explain it in a way you ain't thought about. Because one thing this Bible do, it robs you, lets you, it robs you of clearly thinking and using your intelligence. And you get in the right setting, you be sitting on it every time you don't think about it. It won't doesn't help you from one day to the next, but you'll be out there, be content with it. And you tell them that's the way God, that's the way God. I'm kidding.
So that's why they differentiated between carnal knowledge and spiritual knowledge.
And none of them got no spiritual knowledge. I ain't heard no spiritual knowledge. I ain't heard no spiritual knowledge not but 3 times in all my years of being in the churches and all the preachers. And even when the preachers came out telling so many songs, even the ones I watched on YouTube, I ain't heard no spiritual knowledge not but 3 times in all these years. 3 times. Because I didn't know that those 3 times, and I don't think they even know they hit it. They don't even know what spiritual is. Ask them to define spiritual and see if they know. Ask them. You hear so many outlandish, stupid answers. They don't know what spiritual means. They don't know what spirituality means. They really don't know what holiness really means. These are just terms they spit out and say, and you back them up when you ask them to define. And then they get mad and say, take one of them. I want you to ask the Lord. I thought you worked for him. He gave you guys. It's time for uncovering. It's time for exposing. The next wave is supposed to wash some stuff out and pull some stuff in that was the and we're caught up the next wave. Y'all heard that? Message. That's why it's about changing up. It's you calling. All of them calling. All of them. If they get this knowledge straight from on how, why do you understand it so? From if something is said, let them be and it was, then how hard is it to throw some knowledge in your head? It's study in a car. Oh, and why some parents text and some no. Some study better, some retain better. Some have better study habits. Some people just catch up quick. They ain't the same, but it's common. Ask some of these big shots that's traveling all over the country what's spiritual. I guarantee you they don't know. They have an idea, but they can't tell you what it is. They don't know. They don't know. I asked him. He told me. And next time he calls himself talking, I'm gonna ask him again. Bro, you tell me what spiritual is. You still on that? No, you are, because you told me. You don't know? I asked you. So the truth is, I know. So break it down. I don't know. So tell me. We've been running around flashing terms and flashing stuff, and they don't know what deliverance is. They don't know what deliverance is. How come people need deliverance from the folk that ain't delivered? We let these folks fool us. How you deliver? You can't even speak to people. You don't have common courtesy, common hospitality, and you tell other people they need to be delivered. Why are you telling other people they need a bath and you stink and you smell like the gut and sewage? See, it's cutting craftiness and twisting things. See, that was done so that we know to do this and that. No, sir, that was done in that story for them. You turned it into a metaphor. You turned it into trickery, and you make it fit your purposes because people still being locked in and fooled by the same stuff that been being done for centuries now. Always spoke to free themselves. The few, they'll be defined in every age. And we are in the age of Aquarius, and we are part of the few. Whoever else is going to join us is fine. And we are not the few that's going to look to go some big gathering up in the sky where all these people that died got to line up to go through one welcome table. They're going to have the song, the choir going to be singing everybody with spiritual fighting. Well, they stand in line and push me to it. That's a joke. It's a shame how they disrespect what really happens, what's pure, what's true, to give people false hope. I heard something on YouTube that disgusted me, and I ain't gonna get into it. What's your question?
I read something about a solemn assembly.
Okay,
Okay, solemn means quiet, right?
quiet.
Um,
Didn't know who said it. The big saying upstairs.
also means sacred.
Uh,
It can also mean sacred.
Thank you.
Sacred. Okay. Reason why I asked,
Something else.
Holy.
Okay.
reason why I asked because and then it says it's a psalm singing, and you don't do the work.
Mhm.
And so I remember my family members telling me that every year they go to a solemn assembly.
Okay.
And I said to myself, but they made it seem like it's this big, huge out, it's like it's one of the best things that you can ever do in your life. And I'm looking at this being, just you don't do nothing else. You don't do no work. You just afflict yourself and don't do that. But they do all this other stuff. They pray, they shout, they dance, they sing, and they definitely pray. It's a lot of praying that is done. This is a solemn assembly.
Yes.
So I'm thinking this is the only time that I haven't seen this in the Bible.
Okay.
That's where they got it from.
Yes, but they turned theirs into an excuse to do organized seclusion. They
Right,
talk-
because it seems like nobody,
they talk
only a
about-
few people can, only
That's right.
select few.
Yes.
It's a group, a big group of them, but it's only a select few.
You
Come
ain't
to
part
the
of
top.
the
Tender for a cute name for a conference.
They seclude separate themselves.
The more holy we sound, the more attention it should.
It's unfortunate, but we spend a lot of time trying to be religious instead of righteous. We spend a lot of time trying to be religious instead of truly holy. I mean, we spend a lot of time doing that, and we do a lot of things that don't make any sense from the way we treat one another to the things we practice to the things we make to our lives. It's just one big mess. One big mess. Now, this conversation we have now, a lot of preachers are telling people, don't watch them, don't listen to them. And people are right, and people know what they're talking about. And we have the same stinking Bible that can word for word.
That's
Something they don't do. We're doing the word for word. Where we at?
we have 37 of chapter 23.
Go ahead. Let's try to finish chapter 23.
These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall
Each
keep
go along.
to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
By fire, not by pocketbook money. See how they change? See how they change like that? Well, we do have sacrifice by fire. That's smoking the bomb out there doing the breaks. Go ahead.
A burnt offering
They have that too themselves.
and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. Besides the Sabbath of the Lord, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your freewill offering, which ye give unto the Lord, also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath. On the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall,
Did you say forever again?
yes. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that
Oh, wait a minute. Do what?
ye shall dwell in booths 7 days.
What?
All that are Israelites born
The Catholics only do, no.
dwell in booths. Was that, what is that, little tent or something?
The booth, like the fashion booth.
How you gonna dwell in there? Okay,
The booth ain't that big.
that's what I'm saying. It said, but you shall dwell in it. So what that mean?
It's like a tent, a temporary shelter.
Yes, let me tell you
That's what I'm
something.
saying. Is that
What they did and called it the booth, it's just a small space. To be honest, I made a joke about it.
okay?
So it's like a little tent, like a pup tent,
Can I ask?
small.
So during the time
Uh-huh.
that this was written,
Yes.
the wording
Uh-huh.
that's being used is of that age, not before. Not so. Some of this stuff is compared to like what we call the tent for our time. It'd be boot, but not necessarily, even though it's a story, not necessarily for their time.
You know what's
That's-
funny? That's why it says crossed up. Even some of the wording. Some of the wording tells you that couldn't have been written way back
Right.
and written further up.
And that was my question when I was reading it when I was younger. I had said, I said, why do some of these words don't seem to be the same as it's like it's for 17th century or 18th century.
Further.
And I just thought
That was the
when I studied, when they tell me to study, I went and I studied. So when I came back with questions, you shut me down because I asked pertinent stuff and trying to I tried to make it make sense because I didn't like to be confused if I'm reading something. You know, so that's why I said it just seemed like they used back then words that was for that time, but even the people that are in church today still think like
They do.
it's modern now.
They
No,
do.
it's
They
not.
will go out and get out there behind and get some animals, plant vineyards, plant gardens. They got no land.
You have to think about when with each translation or version, they use a language that was modern to the time that it was being translated.
Right.
Just like when the Message Bible and the Amplified that was translated in the 90s
Right.
and early 2000s, that was in a today voice. Every version and translation took on that.
The Amplified is responsible for messing up the whole thing.
So it's like that's how it changed over the years.
Right.
The language they say, well, this means what we say this today.
Right. Look at the mix.
That's how it changed over the years. But we don't
Right. It's
look
mix.
at it
That's
from
mix.
that standpoint.
Right.
We just think it's the word of God. No, it's
And all of a sudden in the New Testament, ye and yea and thou.
right.
Right. And I said, we don't talk about that.
That's what it is.
Because that's who wrote it. At the time, that was the norm.
Right.
And some of
So
it,
every
they might
translation
go
is based on
straight
what the norm and how they understood it at that time.
I mean, I get that.
It's
I'm
unfortunate.
how church
It's unfortunate.
changes.
At least we do it the right way. Some of them cussing each other out.
Yeah, like you can't look at it today's lenses. You have to look at it through, if it was true, through context of what was happening at that time.
Today's language is screwed up as it ever. You can have somebody come at you in 3 different languages and mix ebonics over too.
Yeah.
True.
Look at some of these text messages and the other ones.
I asked what they said.
Basically. What they mean.
What?
They know how to make sure you get those in their phone. You don't know what they're talking about. So I mean, it's the same thing. It's a shame, but it's a good thing they're doing this because they can't get an understanding and then they can't give you the understanding what you want to understand.
Right.
Ask me later, and then they acknowledge you. So,
Right.
and they forgot, you look at it from this, and they forgot yesterday. They remember when they saw you looking at it. You know, I don't wish anybody trading places with us. They don't really want to change, they really want to have a life. You know, I get so sad looking at people, just listening to somebody and acting like they understand because they're in a room full of people that's putting on the same thing. Don't get more understanding. That's why when I see him, I'm asking questions. I show him. I'm gonna ask questions because I know they're gonna answer and I don't understand. Then what they do is just manipulate and mess the people behind them. And now they're trying to figure out how to mess the young people up. They got something they're trying to do now, get it all together, all clear. The young people don't need to show up. Do know, but try to mess up their mind. Try to get them into the same predicament they in, where they don't want to do nothing for themselves, or think for themselves, or rob them of self-worth. And that same person who named my call is one spirit here. They ain't got to worry about that. They ain't messing with it. It's a shame. It's unfortunate. But I'm thankful for the time that we able to share and show this. See, they go into it, it gets twisted to feel. But just like they go into a scripture and tell them how much money they want to give.
Right.
Or go into a story and tie the story into what they want them to give. Cheerful giving does not all the time take place in these services. Most of the time it doesn't. Because you make people feel bad that have a dollar, or you make people feel bad that don't have any monetary, like they don't care. But they do. You know, it's good we do this. People say they shouldn't, we're going word for word, preachers come out, they twisting it out, no, you don't understand about it. And you're mad for somebody breaking it down, and you don't want people to hear, but guess what? Somebody gonna listen. Somebody gonna listen. I'm not after changing folk, that that's all they want, that's all they need, because that's the hope they get. And once they get it, they're not gonna realize they're not true, they're gonna get it. I mean, we have to realize that this, what we're doing has been done before. We just the next wave is moving. And we look at front and get started. Now I gotta go tell somebody so anointed, they right under their nose, they like the king. And I'm dead on. And it didn't come from me. So I know I'm dead. I read like confirmation by calling to see how they get in touch with me. They told me why. They said, you're right. And I tell you why. I said, well, that makes sense. But they're supposed to be so honored and so this and that. They got all these titles and all them sitting there and packed in there like cattle. And none of them see it. No way and enjoying it. They gotta go tell. You gotta be kidding. Let's do. We don't have it for the life. Let's do it.
That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God.
And that was a great exodus, like they say. Nevertheless, that large exodus of 2 million people gave them to it should have been. Not even in the story they copied it from. Wasn't that many people?
King.
Yeah.
And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord. That's it.
Now, what time?
8:24.
Okay. Now he declared the feast of the Lord. Um, I find it great that we are able to clearly talk, express ourselves, ask questions. Any questions from the line?
No, sir.
I find it a blessing And the thing that bothers me the most, I have to say, that there's just about nothing you can do about how screwed up everything is. And you need not get into arguments, back and forth, and bickerings over terms, names, and all that. And somebody in the say, you just exchange one name for no. Most High is not being, first of all. Second of all, the Holy Ghost is not what you can talk. That's second. And I can move it. That's what I tell them. When I say stuff, they can't prove the stuff they say. You can't prove the Bible by going in the Bible. No. Mm-mm. So I want people to understand that, not be scared of what's in the Bible, not misunderstand what's in, not get all crossed up by the stuff and know where they, how to go in there and pick and point stuff out. Why do you think they use themes when they have these services? Every now and then you get a preacher to show up and say, I'm going a different way. They don't go with the theme. It's unfortunate. So now we're what, 24? More than something?
This is talking about, yeah, talking about the lamp and the bread of the sanctuary.
Now, am I the only one that see how ridiculous this is? And how they talk about vain repetition. Well, the Old Testament is full of vain repetition. That's why they don't want to fool with something. All these details with explanations for the characters in the story, because in today, they don't have no details and explanations for you for the stuff they do. You don't believe the answer. I'm not trying to be hard on this, but it's just the truth. Well, we're gonna let God handle it. No, that's what you're here for. Even if you tell about God, you're not here to make God handle everything. You're here to ask God to handle when you want to get stuff and you want to get it. Why does it make sense for you to be able to buy it and you're not at all? Now, when you get incapacitated, that's a different story. I'm surprised preachers ain't asking God to wipe their behind. I'm surprised. I can't do nothing without God. Right your name. We can't pray till we sit down. Why you lying? Yeah. Well, nothing. Half of the people that's going through all these changes saying they got the Holy Ghost lying and doing. Message. Half of them lying and playing. I can prove it. There's so much different stuff. Big. So I tell people, ask them questions. You don't know who you're dealing with? Ask them questions. Let's see what the answer is. Pastor, what are we doing? Because God says so. Well, look, just look at the Bible. Listen to me. You? Now, what time is it?
8:29.
We still got people on the line.
Yes, sir.
Don't mind them. We're going to give this something I need to answer. We need to address in here. Since we're going in the Bible, is this happening?
It is.
If this helping, we come together. Some people see and think it's just a waste of time and stuff like that. But it is. It is helping.
It is.
Oh, good. I recently, and a key thinking about our ancestors that were doing the same religious things that we know today. And I began to wonder what was going through their mind when they were calling and no help came. And they ended up swinging by the neck from a tree. And we have our sick folk now that's still following and saying that's how it's supposed to be. I heard something on YouTube that made me want to jump. Mother, I was glad about a new TV. I was close to it. I would jump through that TV. This gentleman said our people should be thanking God for slavery because they're slaves rejoicing in heaven now. Glad that they were in bondage.
So what now? What?
This idiot actually said that our people should thank God for slavery because they're slaves in heaven now. Rejoicing that they were in bondage because now they're in heaven.
It had to be a white person.
It was both. Having that little YouTube discussion.
Hold on, Brian, watch TV.
No, they ain't bring them up. They should.
Talking about slavery.
They should.
It's like they were about.
I want people to understand one thing, and those of you that are watching on YouTube, if this makes you mad, we'll get wrong with Democrat corn, and I don't care. You are not going to ever make it make sense for a people to hear the truth that's contrary to what they were programmed with. You're not gonna make it make sense that they stay in what got them suffering and fight against what would have them free. That's not gonna make sense. I always had questions about that. I always knew something was wrong with it. My dad made sure of it. And I didn't like it because I went. They still trying to learn how to do what we do. We powerful because we're genuine. Not because we end up making mistakes, we're genuine. Some of them have a touch of something, but they ain't genuine. Some of them still trying to push people on the floor like that do something. You know how many people I seen fall on the floor and say the same thing? Fall on the floor, that don't prove nothing. It happens, but don't prove nothing. So things do happen when you're in the floor. But sometimes nothing happens.
Right.
Sometimes people just go down to they think they're supposed to. Some people, you gotta make them stand up because as soon as your head get close to them, they ready to fall. Y'all gonna laugh because somebody make me do that film say, this is not that time, get your word. Y'all got church, they up on them, they get up on their own, they nothing test them. It's time to clean it up. No, I didn't get what I got by snapping my finger. Ain't no way. I devalued it sometimes I ain't right the wrong thing. But that ain't subject to happen no more. They better believe it. And if we ever have the right money, they'll never forget it. Because I want to let them know what the real spiritual wisdom is about. The real. And they know I can do it because they saw how I get that. And I'm treating them just like they the demon that they call themselves casting out. And they know they gonna lose. If I'm 100, they still. Why? Because it ain't just me. You are the way you are because you can. That's just all too. They so busy competing and working it out and trying to prove a point. It's pointless. I think some people get a kick out of it, being the center of attention because they appear to have something powerful in them. But if they sit down and think and look at the results of all this, people all over the place, they'll realize they ain't really accomplished much. The only thing that reminds me that I've accomplished something is you. All of you, from the children to adults, to the young, that's what we know I'm accomplishing something. Not because I'm so fantastic. I see you being able to think for yourself, being able to embrace life and enjoy it, being able to help each other and help others, being able to do things. That's a joy. Ain't no joy seeing people coming in somebody head down, playing can't do nothing, don't want to do nothing, don't want to take credit for nothing, don't want to use their skills and their abilities, and you sit there hacking and yelling and want to do it just to make you so fantastic. Let's sort of think about that. I respect a lot of our colleagues. I respect, I do. But I wish they would, I wish they more encompassed without worrying for a change. They saw they more they don't make this. And they don't think they are. And you can't tell them they get mad at you. I don't care about getting it. Change the next one. How effective would I think I am with nobody in here? Just being the people. Some people got a packed bill and they doing nothing. If you pull some of those people to the side, they're done for us. When it comes to being knowledgeable about what they say there. And the preacher don't care. Male and female, they do not care. I love my people who are teaching. And help them get it. Stop complaining about why they don't understand. Because you're not a good teacher. You're just effective with what you're saying, but you're not effective in teaching. It don't sink in because what you're saying is you give it out fast food. You give it out junk food. You give it out snacks. Give a meal for a change down it. Make sure they digest it. Since you're so fantastic and so wonderful and so great. The greatest preachers that they say are the greatest preachers suck. And I ain't talking about just come. They had something on YouTube saying one of the greatest sermons ever preached. And I clicked on it. I clicked on it. My mouth was worked up pissed to get me from in front of it. It was that moment. It was that moment. Because it had no life in it. It wasn't instruction, it wasn't direction. All these people talking about their prophets. Says who? All this stuff going on in the land, they have no direction, no instruction, nothing direct, nothing true. According to one woman, and if I saw him, and I tell you, big lie, according to her, right now in this country, the musicians are supposed to be leading the way and don't. Oh, I can make stuff that people say. It's 2026. She said it in 2024. It is now 2026, and you're a liar. And you were saying that's true. You were talking about your cycle. So sit down somebody. I remember this stuff because they be so like they want it to have I retain it. I said, I don't remember that. Everything you was saying by the wisdom of the ancestors can come to pass, except for a few things that I'm waiting on to say. Somebody reminded me today. So you know what? Just what you said you told me. You know what's happening, right? I said, you know what you are, it is happening. It is happening. Now I'm trying to get my favor is being able to be like that all the time. Because that's priceless and valuable if you can be like that all the time. I wonder what they say in Alabama. Because what was told to them on the political front, it happened. Look at what they say now about that man. They said what about didn't know the job. Then they got that selling tearing off the church business. But my brother put it on there. I didn't run the video. My brother did. And it did not say the wrong thing here because I'm aware of that. I know that's that. But they leave them alone because they want to get it. So people in the support. Don't be trying to talk against it. We are living in a time now where we have to stop saying this. The job of like I said. Ain't nothing small about what you do. You don't ever think that. And if someone tells you it's strange, it's weird, it comes about. What good is telling the person? I could have told you. When they leave. How's that going? I'm saying this about me. I always warned Frank Davis. We call him Frank. Always warned. But right, change. Last conversation we had about his health, he had a concert. I said, man, you need to take it easy. Nope. Didn't do that. Name not here. So we have to do this very now. You don't have to be so big and blown out of proportion, but you have to be right in the favor. I can't snap my finger and change out of people. These people around here would rather be religious than not. And that's the ultimate truth. And they studied, and I didn't think it was true, but they are running from it. No. So I'm there, and I bet they don't know me. Running from me and screaming.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I thought it was a joke. It ain't a joke. I'm back to the days when they feared me on the campuses, like when I stayed college, so they called me something. I don't know what they called me, but they still. I don't know what they're looking for. All I'm doing is ask questions. That's why they on the campus.
You look through this.
You
look through this.
see that again?
You look through their soul.
I looked at this. And so I would like for someone on the line, we still there.
Yes.
I would like to know if there's someone on the line that has a question. It doesn't even have to pertain to what we talk about this evening. We'd like for you to know that we appreciate you for being on there, and we appreciate you interacting with us. And the question doesn't even have to pertain to what we're talking about this evening. If you have a question, please ask us now while we're on the air. And we look forward to anybody that's on there for the first time. It does not cost you anything to subscribe. There's a delay. There's still a delay. Okay. I got to understand. And that delay is not just in here.
No, it's just.
It's everywhere. You know, sometimes when there's a program I call, and they can apologize. I said, that's a delay. Delay can be. It's never be. They can apologize for the delay. But I'm excited, but it's kind of bad, you know, that folks scared me for nothing. They ready for me for nothing. Some of them are really fat mouth, and they think I'm say something. I don't say nothing. No. You made yourself look real stupid, you ran your mouth, you still got it. You still ain't packed me. So your technique of talking down to people, get people coming to build with you, didn't work. So do some more. All I gotta do is to keep telling a bunch of lies. People love to be lied to and prophesying to spell the name of it. Unfortunately, I think it's a sad situation. I'm so glad that the truth is just flooding out. It's sad that people are arguing, fighting. Why? If we're in the same building, we're all in the fussing. You're in a position to receive just like me and everybody else. You don't see people arguing in Walmart. Yes, they fight over the last sale line. They all get along, they ain't that buy stuff, and get out of there. Y'all be arguing fussing. Same thing in service. If a Buddhist come in here, he come there for nothing. Can't do nothing. You can't have anything. Why not? You can't the Bible say come unto me all, but the Buddhists can't come. You don't know what all mean. You ain't talking about no launch of the church. Any questions?
No, sir.
You had asked the question, which was older Hinduism and Christianity.
Huh?
You had asked the question earlier, which was
Uh-huh.
Hinduism or Christianity.
Yes.
Hinduism.
Did y'all hear which one is on? Hinduism. Now how you come late and you on top of everybody? Hinduism is older, Judaism is older, Islam is actually older. Christian didn't have nothing to do with Christianity, so two ain't the same.
I mean, basically, the Old Testament is really Judaism, it ain't Christianity.
A lot of it is. A whole lot of it is. A whole lot of it is mythology. A whole lot of it is ancient African folklore, tales. It sure is. Some of it is not Judaism, because Shakespeare and Francis Bacon wrote Song of Solomon. Y'all read Song of Solomon. Well, the two lovers wrote that. Those two men were lovers.
Yeah.
And they were two of the scribes. They wrote Song of Solomon. I don't know which one was trying to make their breast cells right up, but maybe one of them did. Unless the pictures are false. And then one of them women, they two men. And Shakespeare looked like he wasn't talking about. Matter of fact, none of the scribes were Caucasian. Mm-hmm. Well, since we don't have any questions from the line, let's have some fun. What was Constantine?
And what was it?
What was it?
A race?
French, Greek, Roman? What was it? What was Constantine?
Greek. He was Greek.
He was. Don't say he was Greek. Was it Greek? Was Constantine Greek? Almost like Marx. Listen, I'm asking about Constantine for a reason. Because of what it says. Constantine is a very, very powerful figure at the center of is Bible.
Greek origin was an ancient Roman empire.
That's why I asked for this. Say it again. Say it again.
Greek origin was an ancient Roman emperor.
So you can both. And it's an understood and known fact that Greek was the language that they translated because they didn't know the so-called Hebrew language, the Jewish language, used because it was seen as a disrespect to the Roman Emperor and the Greeks. So they used Greek. Constantine is the reason the Bible is the Freemason Hebrew. Because Constantine is connected to Freemasonry, but they have on purpose. Constantine is the reason why the cross is used as the Mason's dominant symbol, because Constantine had a vision. And in the vision, he saw a symbol. That symbol took the wood off the ox and put a gallows on the top, which is the cross. And this is why the Masons have that saying, underneath this sign, we shall come to the world. Well, that sign that is on top of that saying is the cross. That came from Constantine at the vision. Constantine is the one that made it law that you had to follow Christianity when they came out of what they claimed were the Dark Ages. Constantine was the one that made the legal representation of the Savior of Christianity, Jesus Christ. He was the one that made it legal because he was the one that commissioned Michelangelo to paint the first vision of a physical appearance of Jesus Christ. Notwithstanding, Michelangelo never met anybody. Jesus never seen anybody. Jesus saw how you got a picture until he had. He took one of his relatives. And the likeness of one of his relatives, and the likeness of the Serapis Apis, which was Thomas. And he combined the two because the original was going to have a cup on the lid, and they told them to remove it. Constantine is the reason why the Christians were saved from being. This is where he got saved from, by the way. The concept of saving. Constantine saw his relatives get ready to be put into the lions, and he became a Christian to use his power and influence to change the dynamic and narrative of them putting the Christians in the arena for sport and feeding them to the lions because his relatives were getting ready to be devoured by the lions. That's where they got saved from. That's right. The first saved from his relatives. They were saved from the lions because they became a Christian for that purpose only. Constantine never respected no Jesus Christ. Ever. Christianity was derived and made as a part of manifest destiny, which is the core of supremacy for the Caucasian folks. The Bible is used as one of the tools to conquer the world through missionary practice, through evangelism, through forcing it by colonization or by force through enslavement, entrapment, or bondage. Constantine is responsible for Josephus and his courts. Thinking it was unlike to write the New Testament because that's who wrote it. Peter Paul Candy Bar, James Madison University. I'm just making jokes. John, I did a prostitute. That prostitutes called me to sleep with a John. I'm making jokes. Take it right now. Isn't it funny that Luke is credited with having the most details of it? And Luke is the one that they will say was a brother. And Luke was a physician. Make it make sense. Even Luke did not. Constantine, oh, not that I was finished with. Constantine is the one that gave them the tactic to hide the details behind the rules of the stone. Louis X was responsible for hiding the economic value and uh, money schemes connected to Jesus Christ until enough money was accumulated and uh, seized by using religious tactics and using Christianity and Jesus Christ as the tool. Then Leo X flipped script and started talking about it and bragging about it. So they had to get rid of a lot of his writings and twist a lot of his sayings. See, when you start talking about this, they don't care because there's a shot on pushing people down and fake prophesy, and they like saying people roll on the floor and fall on the floor. What that mean? You still broke, you still broke. You still suffer, you think you're supposed to suffer. I'm learning how to suffer. You ain't gotta learn how to suffer. Something to show up and make you a project of it. It don't teach you how to do it. It just show up and take you through it. Don't nobody have a handbook on how to go through pain and show up, you have to deal with it. Constantine. Oh, y'all don't know this. I bet y'all don't know this about Constantine. Y'all know some of the churches don't have instruments, don't have music. That's his fault. Why? What did they do before they brought the Christians out and throw them to the lions? Play with them. See, this stuff they don't teach. The ancestors are on it. They don't miss, they be right, they be on it. He despised that so that they were not allowed to have it. Later on, it was implemented and it was put in because they realized it had a place. That's right. Constantine, there he is again, was responsible for making it possible to put people to death for coming up against Jesus Christ, coming up against Christianity. He signed a decree, and it was all right to kill somebody for having other religious material other than that to return to Christianity and to Catholicism. Because the two are one and the same to me. They're partners. Last fact that I believe in all this is about what to say. Constantine thought it necessary to make sure that the priests were the sole appointed ones to read the text. And first notice was allowed to read it. Now these were Catholic priests. When we talk about Christianity, never tell me the two of them are something together. Constantine was a very influential figure and at the center of what went on with the Europeans and King James in that time. Why was King James used? King. He was king. He had authority. What part about king they don't understand? That's why he looked like you, but he was for supremacy and he was for manifest destiny because it was European. Do it make sense or not? Our people do that today. Look like you, but don't treat you like they belong with you. Well, he ain't no exception. He's part of manifest destiny. Manifest destiny is a European concept. It is the core of supremacy. And it's still pushing that same agenda today, even now. That's why the laws are tainted. That's why the judicial system is tainted. The government is tainted. Everything is tainted in this country. And it's focused on the survival and dominance of one group only. And that's a fact. I'm just stating facts. I ain't against nobody. That's the truth. That Bible is carrying out what it was sent to do. And it's been changed and rewritten countless times, and they still say God will. Ain't you ain't supposed to add to no take away from, right? Okay. But what do you want to copyright then? See, that's just a taste of how you just spit it out. And got reading, got stuff studying, they taught me about they still teach. I can just spit it out. I'm like not English, I can spit it out all night. I did an apologetic person coming in with their story. It would be laughable. You have to keep asking the same person, who wrote that? 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 Is that the one that went to jail for life? Is that the one that they found out to be a criminal? It's make stuff appear to be authentic when it wasn't. Just like the Dead Sea Scrolls, they were authentic. They ain't jail. It was proven that they were. But folks still use it. Still tricking people. Still think it's action in action. That's why people keep defending the same religion that destroys us, that make us powerless on purpose. Love your enemies. The ones that told you that it's a tactic and it worked, and it's still working. Anytime you read something, say it came to cause an eviction, now you still call it PCU, see, so wrong. It says an individual right that you read. It says it. Think not that I came to cause peace for the soul. I came to bring religion. I came to tell you the daughter-in-law is the better part. Don't say it. Why colors gotta be good? Don't they say that? Ain't nothing good. Say not. What is it? Oh, that's not what it really means. What? Really? What kind of manipulation? Wait a minute. Hold on. No. We don't woke up now. Hold on. No. That's what it means. It said it's not good. Out of the mouth of the cat in the store. Why you call it good? Ain't nothing good. What that mean? Do that mean the person is good or bad? Anybody? Do you think they do? No, I don't think so. Going to the religious road, all of us supposed to be there. They come in here. I'm looking forward to who's you that y'all go to first. It ain't gonna be from here. It's gonna be one of them. Come and watch this. They ain't got they got to learn to watch their mouth. The universe is unforgiving to things that attack us. Ain't got nothing to do with no deeds. Okay? No. Mm. It's like our body defends itself. The universe defends itself. The most high defends itself. It's not a being. We made it. our own creativity, our own ideology, to the point where it's making people lose their minds. Some preachers kill themselves because they couldn't get the concept to talk to them. This is facts. Can't wait for the debut of the real church. Thursday at 7 o'clock, the real church. We're going to be at Thursday at 7 o'clock for the real church. Can't wait. Thank y'all for your patience. Being here, everybody got anything to say, either from the live or from the house before we get ready to go. Thanks for the sealing of glad y'all doing well. Making it is what we do. That's what we do. Thank you. No, nothing, no comments.
No, sir.
Oh, well, I'm going to comment. Huh? See that?
A comment about what?
Oh, listening to me talk and things and how I'm seeing it. What would you say the effect is on the church as we know? Not that they're listening to us. What would you say the effect should be on the church as we know?
It should be enough to at least cause people to question what they believe and what they heard and been taught.
That's what I thought. But ever since I was on the phone with that preacher, it made me realize that's how messed up stuff is. You hear all this hard truth you said, I still don't believe it. And they actually tell me, you'll see when you get in the flame, ain't nobody going in no flame. That's the funny part. If somebody was going, they'd be first. They'd be first. That's another way that was made up to instill fear in people. I find it real funny. Somebody that can make a difference of being made to feel indifferent by the folk they're trying to help. Guess it's trying to take it to other states and take it to the streets and the show them in these buildings. Some of them came from God. But I think it was it. They found out they couldn't make it cover, but they can try to come on show every time. They can study for the duration and never do what I do. Amen. You got to at least be here to have some of the attributes. Some of them have a touch of it, but it's so slight. There's two people that always talk about me, that act like they can't talk to me. I'll talk to them. Sure will. I've been teaching it that. I talked. I have a conversation with them all day if they want to. I teach them nothing else. I ain't showing them how to use nothing. They got not 1 minute per second. Mm-mm. And that in person, that's just facts. I'm gonna share it here, not with people that's outside. I'm gonna share it with the fellowship, not with people who use it for their own personal gain. We'll show up when they find out. You got it like you thought. Find it out. So I'm gonna share it. Hopefully, people will stop fighting big and just realize, goddamn, we got tricked. You know? Jokes on us. There's no place to strive for everybody. You know? There's no lake of fire before we throw in the burn for eternity that even sounds so. It's scary when you hear it, but let's be realistic. Please. How do you feel if something about this? I believe right there. And some folks, they study, trying to be funny and sarcastic. Like they tell me, you can't change me. I ain't trying to change you. I feel like stupidity will come in flames. I'm trying to change you. I'm just glad I'm just glad I was what it was. This thing to get free and still could flow. It was mother, it was such a relief. It was such a relief when I saw people life being blessed without being bound to conditions that we created ourselves. You can watch the videos. They didn't make it nobody. And them folks still got what they was saying. We were instructed, not commanded to do it, and it's not mandatory. And that's not how it works anyway, because sometimes you say it all night, nothing happens. Folks go home just like they can. I've seen people yell and holler all night, and they can't sound nothing but air from their mouth, and their body, and their lungs. And go home dumbfounded and wonder why they couldn't do that. Because we have no respect. The word of people just locked into their mind. And when we come on too, and that's a fact. They're gonna hear about the real change. Like they're gonna hear about. We're gonna do real what really going on. About 80% of it is real facts. Having said that, what is it, about 10 o'clock?
9:13.
I'm just messing with y'all. I know what we should. Somebody would be saying, you know what time you know. Well, we're gonna stop there. I appreciate those that are on the line. I appreciate being said. I just read you. I ain't back man. For what? Some of the stuff I'm gonna say, I experienced it. I was there. I saw it. I didn't hear it secondhand. This stuff that I saw, this stuff I was there. I was part of it. A lot of things I was there, but wasn't partaker of. It was just it was there. And it's time to share it and clean this stuff up. So they said we can say, ain't nothing holy. I'm changing. No, not even this one. The church is not holy. You have to be holy within what we call the church. So no, why do you say and see, here's the conclusion. Holy is not just something to say. That consciousness and health is bigger than you think. Within these churches are some of the most unhealthy people on the planet, and they don't care. You know what? He said, Lord, take care of me. If the Lord take care of you, why you going to God? Why we take things? Why we have children? Why we have stuff? Yeah, what I thought. Mine is a terrible thing. It's also a terrible thing. That's something screwed up for people to do all the time to folks. But be it as it may, truth is just truth. Truth is just truth. We're going to stop there this time. We're grateful and thankful for this time, for this place, and for those that we belong in. We're grateful and thankful for being truth. Help somebody, help each other, build one another, and realize that this is not something we started, but we are a part of it, and it is our intentions to continue to be relentless and trying to bring changes for the better for ourselves and for others. As we continue to free our minds, we continue to grow, as we continue to be edified and enlightened, and take in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, may we be able to share it not only with one another, but with others that we come in contact with. Let us continue to grow, continue to expand from house to house, from mind to mind, heart to heart, from city to city, state to state. Let us make an impact as part of the next way. Thankful and grateful to our mighty great ancestors. The joy that we have in the Holy Ghost tonight. And remain this night being peaceful and blessed. Hashem.